This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The crippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Rachel Consola standing by. We will take caller 9844999. Ola, you'll play profile this coming up in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a 2-year-old kid in Shanghai recently got his hands on his mom's iPhone, punched in the wrong password too many times, and locked it for 48 years.
How do you lock a phone for 48 years?
Just you punched in too many times wrong, and it will lock up.
I know
usually
that.
it's like for like 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it's because I've seen it lock up, or I don't know, you're drunk and keep screwing it up, and like, hey, you're locked out for a minute, man. Not like for as long as you've been alive. That is how long this phone's going to be.
Sometimes it glitches. I had a buddy that goofed off. It was either with my iPod Touch back in the day, or it actually was my phone, and it locked it for like 2 days.
48 years.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that thing is not going to work at 48 years.
No. It'll be like, update.
Yeah, right?
You don't have our latest update.
And then it's going to crash.
48 years.
The Utah State...
God damn. I mean, look, I know kids do things, man, and I tried to be reasonably cool with them, but I would be so pissed if you locked my phone for 48 freaking years, man.
Yeah. The Utah State Bar accidentally sent a photo of a topless woman to every lawyer in the state.
All right.
Why did the Utah Bar Association have a picture of a topless woman at their disposal?
They're trying to raise the bar.
Damn it.
Somebody had it saved on their desktop or something, right?
Had to have been evidence.
Shaking it up a little bit.
Either
this
that or it
email's
was
just a tease.
Either that or it was somebody on the Bar Association's phone. You know, it was something like his girlfriend sent to him or something like that.
I can only hope. Dude, isn't that your wife?
It was a topless bar.
A topless bar exam?
Is that Becky?
I'm going to get pepperoni pizza for lunch.
I don't know what inspired me.
I don't either.
$7 pancakes for breakfast.
I'm thinking pepperoni. I'm thinking pie. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe cookies?
A family in Australia recently found the oldest message in a bottle that's ever been discovered.
Where were they?
Was it from Sting?
Australia.
Australia. Okay.
Yeah, how about Perth?
Researchers who were studying the ocean's currents tossed it in the water way back in 1886.
Damn.
That's from Germany, wasn't it? A German boat.
I have no idea. I know that it was in a gin bottle.
I think it was from the German Navy.
Did you say Perth?
Yeah.
Okay, Shannon Sharp thinks that's a purse.
But it's funny.
You found it in Perth?
It's scientific. Because the German boat was like sailing around Australia, and they were trying to figure out some currents and stuff, so they would throw them in there.
Just to see where those bottles
just to see where they would end up.
Huh.
Yeah. They just
So was that one just a dud?
Okay,
What?
all right, okay, but you got to understand something, Mike. It goes farther than that, all right? I don't think they understood really what they had. So they have this bottle, and what they thought was like an old cigarette because it was still moist inside the bottle. Yeah. So
you just want to say that word.
I don't know much about collecting old historical things. They go home, they open up the bottle, and they put the little cigarette note in like the oven or something.
Right.
They heat it up
yeah.
and dry it out. Then they unroll it and read it. Like normally you take that to some kind of like, I don't know, archaeologist, I don't know, historian or whatever. And then they
It's just a message in the bottle at that point.
Well, just the idea of putting this note in an oven to warm up so they can unroll it.
But wouldn't you think,
you can still read it.
But wouldn't you think the note's from like an 8-year-old kid that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like,
right,
holy
yeah, exactly. Then you realize what you got.
I would have done that.
I would have too. I just would have never thought, oh my
I'd
God,
smoked it.
Like this is the real thing. Like this is a message in a bottle.
A designer at Paris Fashion Week sent a bunch of models down the runway with glitter completely covering their faces.
Hey.
And those models will be trying to wash it off for the next
Oh, man.
I've seen glitter covering a lot of different spots on the body,
Yeah,
but not the whole face.
Not the whole face.
You
What
just
do you
put like
think
Elmer's
happens
glue on
first?
there or what?
Do you think...
No, some glitter just sticks to your body. Have you never been to a strip club?
Dude,
No.
I'm saying with glitter, though, when you try to get rid of glitter, I'm saying that woman's phone will unlock before they finally get all the glitter off the body.
I completely agree with you.
Man, I like Mike. I can't explain how disappointed I am in you right now.
They've never been to a strip club.
I've never been to a strip. Oh, come on.
Come on, man.
Damn it.
We're taking you to the strip club.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
and apparently a sex shop, too. Damn it.
That's all right, man. A lot of times they're right next door to each other.
They are.
It's pretty convenient.
I walked by one today.
I know exactly what you're talking
And they
about.
got Weezer Buddy Holly playing. I'm like, oh, this is making me horny.
Mike, you're in luck. There is a sex shop next to a Chuck E. Cheese right down the street.
For crying
Are you
out
for
loud.
real?
We can have a big day out. I'm just saying.
Damn. I'm going to violate a mouse today.
Jeez. Come here, put on these chaps.
Meet me in the ball pit.
Put this one in your
Bad
mouth.
things going to happen to Chucky.
Meet me in the ball pit.
Your pizza going to take a little extra time.
Bring the cheese over.
Chucky bleeding.
You think of pepperoni. Some snake
My
oil.
name's Chuck now.
I just became a man.
You will call me Chuck.
Some snake oil salesman who used to be a mortician is trying to get senior citizens to pay upwards of $300,000 a year to have young people's blood pumped into their body.
And what? It's going to make them younger? Is this the sales pitch he's giving them?
He says that it's going to not work on it.
I mean, I'm with you. That's got to be the theory, right? I mean,
Right.
it sounds like evil villain stuff. Like, I mean,
It is evil villain stuff.
that
any movie you've seen, the person doing that
Isn't that
is
Dracula's
the
whole
bad
bit?
guy.
Well, Dracula just like to drink blood in general.
Yeah, true enough. Wasn't there somebody who wanted to suck the blood out of somebody to stay young?
Was
Was
that
it like-
Interview with the Vampire? Or
No,
they
was
just
it like some evil queen, something like that, man?
There's probably
Like,
half a dozen
but,
of them.
But like, I need this person's blood specifically.
Exactly.
Not everybody's, just like yours.
A 19-year-old female blogger in China posted her hotel room number online last Thursday and joked that she was offering, quote, free sex.
And they were surprised when hundreds of people came banging on the door.
About 3,000, actually, Miles.
3,000 people.
What did she think was
It's a 19-year-old Chinese girl who's a blogger, and just joking, free sex.
She's a sex blogger.
And you offer free sex.
She's got quite the following. It'd be like whoever you follow that, is your crush saying, like, come have sex with me.
Right.
I'm in this hotel room. Here's the actual number. She really was in there.
Damn.
It says, your grandma's legendary pie recipe.
What?
You got to finish the sentence.
What?
Your grandmother's legendary
Was
pie.
is this a different story?
No, this is
It's not the same story.
no, it's not.
Okay.
I'm
All
trying to
right.
move on.
Okay. I was like, God damn, that's what you wrote to get them all up there? Come taste Grandma's legendary pie.
I knew I couldn't get through it. Damn it! Your grandma's legendary pie recipe probably came from a cookbook. It says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
In a new survey, the majority of people say that they found an old secret family recipe was plagiarized or came straight out of a box. They learned it from somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point did it become yours, though?
The point where you don't tell anybody where you got the recipe.
If no one can call you on it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it.
I could have laid
Up to you call
ownership
your
to
bluff.
that buffalo chicken
dip.
It's on the bottle of Frank's Red Hot, man.
Yeah.
But you pointed it out that it was there. No one else would have caught on.
But I said it was there, but people didn't hear that. It
I
was
know.
Thrill makes a buffalo chicken dip. That's not what I said.
Yeah.
YouPorn had an artificial intelligence analyze their videos and searches to predict the future trends in porn, and apparently
man.
it got weird.
It got real weird.
What
getting
else
weird.
could we add?
Some of the future trends it came up with, stand by, I don't know what I can say. One of them are German mom hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. 60 minutes of
And
your
one
time.
involving a grandma and a hand.
It's
and
like
then-
hand maw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tang Pong. I don't know what that is.
Look it up. Google it, Mike.
I'm not gonna.
Mike, I think it's a game of ping pong, not using your hand.
I see.
We're going to show you that
No
when
paddles.
we take you to the script club.
Crying loud out. Yet again, a man in Illinois went on a massive crime spree, but he has a good reason.
Why is that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. But first, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Thrill-Hill, can you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, JR. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
All right, JR, you understand how this here game is played?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. We go to Virginia, where a man faces a slew of charges after police chased him last Sunday. And it ended shortly after he was hit by his own car. Now, police say the odd turn of events began around 1 o'clock in the morning when the guy ignored an officer trying to pull him over for an equipment violation. I don't know what it was, but the guy continued driving. He didn't get too far, though. He made a left turn, entered a Starbucks parking lot, then began heading north. Well, at that point, he continued before bailing out of his vehicle, but his car was still moving forward, and it hit him. Now, he tried to run away, but he was caught and arrested after what they call a brief foot chase, mostly because he was injured by his own car. He was charged with DWI, possession of marijuana, driving on a revoked license, hit and run. Keep in mind, he was the hitter and the runner. Hit and run, disregarding a police signal to stop, tint violation on his windows, and possession of an open container while operating a motor vehicle. That's all the charges they hit him with. But do you believe that this genius is black, white, Mexi, or Jew?
So where did you say this happened?
Alexandria, Virginia, which is just south. It's a southern suburb of Washington, D.C.
Ooh, so I have an idea, but do you guys have any suggestions?
I mean, last time we did this in Alexandria, Ted went, hey, it's white and black. So I do remember that. That was Alexandria, right?
I think it was Alexandria. I have a vague recollection of that.
I don't know. The only thing that's throwing me off is the tint.
Yeah.
He's got an open container. He ends up in a Starbucks parking lot.
Just to drive through it, trying to get away from the cops. He did not stop at Starbucks. He just tried to blow through it.
But there is a lot of tint and a lot of charges.
I'm going to go Mexican on this one.
Yeah, good call.
That's going to be my guess, Chad. I don't know, though.
I'm inclined to go black because if it was a white guy, they'd have just got him for whatever the most serious ones were. They'd have got him for, like, possession and failure to yield. They, like, threw the book at this guy.
I contend that if he was black, he would have been able to outrun his car. I'm just saying.
All right, we need a final answer.
What are you saying, JR?
All right, I'm going to go black.
Black final answer?
Yep.
All right, we're going to find out if he was black, white, Mexican, or Jewish next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Well, this takes us to Virginia, and a guy is pulled over, DUI, 1 a.m., but instead of just doing the right thing and taking a breathalyzer or whatever, he kept on driving.
Yeah.
Eventually, he was pulled over again and decided to make a run for it, so he jumped out of his car, and then the car that he was driving ran him over. Eventually, he was apprehended.
JR, we asked you, did you believe this guy was black, white, Mexi, or Jewish? Now, you went black. Ted, you went what?
Mexi.
Miles, you also went Mexi.
Correct.
He was, in fact, black.
The window tint.
The tint. And that entire story, the only tell, in my opinion, was the fact that tint was too dark.
Not that he was run over.
Not that he's run over. Right.
That presidential.
Okay. Got it. Now for all TV news all the time for TV time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
People like music. People like Twitter. People like to be mean on Twitter. Jimmy Kimmel likes to combine all those things together. Get some musicians to sit there and read mean tweets about themselves.
Usher seems like he'll stop in the dead-ass middle of sex because he got chilly.
Pink makes music for obnoxious white bridal parties that drunkenly walk into a Denny's and ruin everyone's evening. I would have said Waffle House, but whatever.
Watching Alice Cooper, and all I can think of is that he looks like a ball sack with face paint on. That's fair.
The Lumineers are the musical equivalent to a triple venti half sweet iced caramel macchiato. Them and this.
Common is the Pottery Barn of rappers. You know about rap.
Like, honestly, saying Blink-182 is your favorite band is like saying I'm okay living with herpes.
Waterfalls by TLC has to be the worst song about waterfalls ever.
That's, you know what? That's just some, like, natural earth bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather be homeless and watch two cats bang in an alley than to go to a Ludacris concert.
Adam Levine is if a flaccid penis could kind of sing. Bro, this is riddled with mistakes.
LOL, Meghan Trainor looks like that girl my parents would force me to listen to if I were white.
If you're a guy and you're listening to Depeche Mode, reach into your vagina and pull your balls back down.
I left more talent in my toilet this morning than Green Day has ever had. Green Day sucks. I'm glad that you're thinking about us while you're taking dumps. We're doing something right.
We'll think about you while we're sucking.
There's a few more in there that we edited out. If you want to see the full clip of that, the Men's Room Facebook page now. It's up there. Those mean tweets are always very fun.
Or just join Twitter.
Yeah. That's
another way of doing it.
Twitter is wild, man. It's the Wild West, though.
It is. Crazy.
It is. I don't know how to bring this up, but sometimes you see something and you just know it's wrong, right? And you want to put an end to it. All now, right. These are two nice guys, but that's a lot of white-on-white kind of hate action here. Actually, it's pretty damn funny. It's just Martin Short making fun of Conan for being so pale.
You look sensational. There's nothing wrong with looking pasty, is it? I mean, I think... No, I mean, you're pale.
Yes.
You're a pale.
I'm a white man,
You make Mike Pence look like a character in Black Panther. No, I mean, he puts sunscreen on at night.
Listen,
A pale man.
Very
like
white
the
man,
world's
yes.
hippest tabby cat. It's like a suit and a Duraflame log. It really
listen.
Barbara Streisand would clone you if she could.
I mean, Martin Short just got on there and roasted him.
Look out.
Right?
Guess they know each other.
Yeah. I will say, Conan is so pasty. There was a while the comedian Jim Gaffigan would come on his show way back in the day. What comes on after the Tonight Show?
The Tonight, the Conan O'Brien show.
Right. It used to come on. Right now it's late.
I can't keep
whatever.
up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Late
Seth
show
Meyers.
is CBS, right? NBC is Seth Meyers. So Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon later with Seth Meyers? Either way, the show that came on after the Tonight Show when Conan was the host of it, Jim Gaffigan is also a pasty comedian, and they had a cartoon when he would come on that they were just like the Pasty Avengers or something. A really long way to explain how pasty that man is.
Can you remember the name of the show? It's The Tonight Show and then...
The Late Show?
No, that's CBS.
Or The Late Show?
CBS has The Late Show, and then The Late Show is on CBS. So you have The Tonight Show, and then Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Late Night, okay.
Right, Late Night.
I know, man.
I'm way too excited for a man that does a TV segment every day that I remember the damn name of a TV show.
It's hard to keep up.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
It's not, though. It's The Late Show.
It's just...
It's hard to keep up.
Is it? Okay.
See?
And then you put your name, right? So it's The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Before that, it was The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Briefly, The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien, right? So now it's...
What was it, Late Night with David Letterman or The Late Show with David Letterman?
It's Late Night with Seth Meyers, right?
So it's Late Night there.
But it
late
started with
show.
Letterman.
But NBC they do the day part. So they have The Today Show, The Tonight Show, The Late Night Show, where CBS just does the...
Did it start with Tom Snyder?
Show.
Tom Snyder before Letterman? I think it was Snyder before Letterman.
Before Letterman?
I think it was before Letterman.
So The Late Show, I think.
Like The Late Show with Tom Snyder. Then it was David Letterman.
I'll sound like a man who needs to blow my nose.
Late Night with Seth Meyers.
All right,
Conan
Late
O'Brien?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Glad we got that
figured
cleared
out. We're not old.
I'm like Tom Snyder, like, God damn, I don't remember. Tom Snyder, I remember people talking about him. I was like, who is that guy?
He's a guy with a part over here, and he's just laughing and smoking.
His whole motto was just like,
I can't even believe I've got cancer. This is crazy.
I want to smoke a cigarette and laugh.
Mom just died. It's crazy.
I like that one late night show they had with the guy from Beethoven.
Oh, what was his name? Roger something? He never played a nice guy because his face always looks like an angry guy.
Yeah.
The hell is his name? Grodin.
Charles Grodin?
Charles Grodin.
Oh, Charles Grodin.
Yeah. I just wanted to reference a great dog movie of all time, Beethoven.
Okay, yeah. You think that's the best dog movie of all time?
It's up there.
What about Turner and Hooch?
Another great movie. Canine Cop. Has there been Milo and Otis?
Milo and Otis.
Yeah, dude, come on. I've talked about this before.
I don't listen
I have
to
that
you.
on DVD. Do you mind bringing it in for you?
Milo and Otis?
I was going to get rid of it. My kids have it.
What the hell is Milo and Otis?
I got no way to play it, brother.
All right, me neither. I don't either.
Milo and Otis, Jesus, was a story about a dog and a cat that got lost on a river, then they find their way home.
I'll bring it in.
Okay.
I'm bringing it
Who
in.
was Milo, the dog? No, Otis had to be the dog.
All right, back to The Bachelor.
Sorry.
They're going crazy on The Bachelor. All right.
People are upset about this stuff.
People are pissed. All right, so just to recap you, because if you haven't been watching it, right?
And you haven't.
You haven't been. So this Ari guy proposes to Becca, but then at the very end, and she accepts, gets a ring and everything. It's like a real engagement.
You can't marry somebody named Becca, though. I will give him that.
I thought that's why he changed his mind.
Well, because she's not a Rebecca. Because I like Rebecca's.
Right.
Rebecca's fine. Becca's annoying.
Yeah, but I only knew the one, so it's not the best sample size.
Oh, you're going straight Becca, man. I think it's right there in the cards, man.
Well,
like you have such beautiful blonde hair. Why do you dye the roots black? That's Becca.
So Becca accepted Ari's proposal, but then he said, hey, pulled her into a private room. Here's the whole deal. He pulled her into a private room, had the cameras in there to basically say, I still like the Lauren girl.
That's how you know it's a private room is when there's cameras in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Oh, like VIP.
Well, I will say, in Becca's defense, God, I've said that name so much.
I know, it's really annoying.
I still feel bad for her.
She confronted Ari, and basically she just kind of starts out with like, hey, like, why was the camera there? Did I not load that one in?
The reason why I did it in the way that I did it was because I wanted everyone here and at home to know that this was on me, and it wasn't on you.
Yeah.
Ari, do you have regrets?
Yeah, I mean, I do regret proposing that day because I wasn't fully ready.
And why did you?
I think the pressure of this, the pressure of being the Bachelor, knowing that there's a timeline, and having to make that decision on that day.
But you always have a choice, and you didn't need to make that choice.
I know, and I own up to that. That's on me. That is totally on me. I have no excuse for that. I apologize for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge moment in your life, in my life, in everyone's life. It's something that people dream of, and you robbed me of that. I'll never have that first engagement, the first proposal again.
Where are you? Are you over it? Are you ready to move on?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always going to have love in my heart for you. I mean, you were my fiance, and I did fall in love with you.
For
but
10
at
seconds,
this point,
dummy.
I moved on. I'm ready for the next chapter of my life.
Like, where are you? I can answer that question for her. She is on her way to be a star in the reality TV show, right? She's going to be the next Bachelorette.
I will say, does this not set a bad precedent for the rest of, for the way that everything else now needs to kind of go down?
That it's got to get more evil?
To get more weird and crazy and like...
Well, The Bachelor, though, will always have that it's The Bachelor, right?
Right.
So that'll always kind of help, I think.
Well, Miles is right. This will bleed over
the
into
next time it's
everything
going to
else.
have to be, because, like, look, ratings-wise, or just the online presence that this whole thing has created as far as the viralness of the story and everything and people's reaction to it. And there's billboards up now and all kinds of crazy stuff. They're going to be sitting there going like, ooh, we know this formula works. How can we screw over someone else's life in public again?
That's exactly what they're going to do.
And they're
I
gonna make it
can't
work.
believe
They're gonna make it
anybody
work.
cares.
People care a lot. Miles is right. A state representative in Minnesota, he was so mad that he said, because Becca is Minnesotan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That he's drafting a bill to ban the dude Ari from the state. Said if he...
Is he kidding me?
A guy named Ari is going to step foot in Minnesota? I don't think so, man.
And is Ari, is
They
that
don't have a
name
synagogue
screwed
there.
because of Entourage, and I think all Aris are just kind of a-holes?
Well, I will say that Ari did not help.
Anytime you have a name that goes south like that, yeah, you're screwing up the whole group of people. Like Harvey. If you were a Harvey's had a bad year between the hurricane and Weinstein last year.
I have a Harvey that's a buddy. He's a great dude. So I gotta
Yes,
stick up
but
for
the
him.
name
but
still
his
screwed
name
him.
sucks, right?
Like his name was a bad year yet.
Katrina went down, right? With that name, basically, like...
I never knew a Katrina. I knew a Katina.
Katina.
That's different.
Katina sounds like she'd be fun.
She was awesome. Kind of a funny fact, too. Before The Bachelor...
For the Bachelor.
I don't know.
What do you got, Harry Care there?
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Lauren
Love the
actually
beers.
met Ari once at a race. He even took a picture with her.
Holy cow.
He's thought this Lauren girl was hot for years, right? How do you randomly meet somebody at a race? Like, let's get a picture together.
That is weird.
Right? Like, to get in a picture with a random girl you just met at a sporting event, like, you must think she's pretty hot. And then Becca found out the hard way. He still does think she's pretty hot. You've probably heard about how bad the Oscars ratings were. Again, this is like football. Like, their ratings are down. Mm-hmm. That is true. But it's still the highest rated show of the week.
Of course it was.
Ratings down.
Well, I mean, no, but their ratings are down. But you see a bunch of articles whenever these award shows happen. It's kind of the same way they do with the NFL, right? They have a slight or even a big dip, but they're so far ahead.
They dominate
of everything else. It's kind of like, it's like seeing one drop of water in your boat. Like, I don't think there's going to be a hole in it yet.
Right. If you have a brand new show and you go like, oh my God, Fox put on the highest rated show on Sunday night. The debut went crazy. Sure. People watch it. There's no litmus test. It's just that show.
Right.
So when you go back and you can measure a Super Bowl, an awards ceremony, all these things that have kind of been there for a while, like, this is the lowest rated 60 Minutes ever. Well,
it's still number one by a mile.
Right, exactly. Like, it's just that the numbers, it's been on so long that obviously there's more fish in the water now.
But there's also the thing with stuff like, sports to a lesser degree. But certainly with award shows, like, look, man, the Grammys is one thing that's just about people singing. The awards mean nothing. People watch it just to watch people sing and perform, right? It's not like they recreate the movie for the Oscars. So the only reason you're watching it is to find out who wins, and you know goddamn well you can sit next to your computer and find it.
I mean, even
so it's not really important to sit down and watch. Like, you can find out real time. You can look at your phone and find out who won. They update the thing all the time.
Country music has like 8 awards shows just for their format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
a ton of award shows.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not the same as it used to be. Before it was like the Oscars, the Tonys, and the Grammys, and that was maybe. Then the MTV Music Awards came, and they changed.
Sure,
video, but
Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah, now there's
People's Choice Awards.
The ESPYs.
My favorite is like the ESPYs and the Billboard, because some of those categories are just so simple, right? Like your Billboard. You count the number of albums sold.
That's all it is.
Do we gotta go to the ceremony?
No, like you win the number game, right?
Right. Like, I remember when
dollars.
When the ESPY started, I remember SNL had a skit, and it was like, "Who's the tallest guy in the NBA?"
Right. Oh, you win an award.
Right. Manu Pol won that one. Speaking of athletes, sometimes athletes can surprise you. Deion Sanders recently was doing some commentary at the NFL Combine, and he seemed shocked by how fast this one individual is.
They're going to be successful no matter what situation you place them in.
Troy Ashley.
Oh, man, he can run.
Why are you surprised, Dan?
Oh, you know why I'm surprised? I can't say it on TV, but he can run.
He was a track guy.
Right.
He was a track guy.
But you're saying it with you don't see that much.
You're saying it in tone.
Let's call it what it is. I like that,
He
man.
just ran 4.35.
Hey, man, let me go hug him.
At 215 pounds.
I'm going to hug him. Hey, man, that was good, man. You can run.
Excuse me, 200 pounds.
I try. How do you, man? Good job.
Deion is on the field where they're running the 40s. Right. So he legit walked over. That's it. That last, like, you did good. You can run. Like, he's legit hugging the dude and talking to him. So, I mean, yeah, right. Like, he doesn't want to say, like, oh, I'm shocked that it's a white guy. He's running so fast.
That he says, man, you know why.
I can't say it.
You know why I'm shocked. Same reason everybody is.
All of us.
Everybody's shocked.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. I do think, now that we've established this guy is fast, like, we don't have to do it every time.
Every time. It's going to be every time.
Right. Who's the quarterback in Indianapolis?
Luck or
yeah,
who?
Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is the one that just kills me the most, because it's like he's been in the league for a while, and every time he runs, like he's sneaky fast. Like, no, he's not, man. He's fast now,
and everybody knows it.
He's just been fast. He's a great athlete, and he's white.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. We got your headlines coming up with Mike Hawk in minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Illinois man steals car, rams it through the airport terminal, then onto the tarmac before hopping onto a plane. Meanwhile, a Florida man is kayaking a river and attacked by an otter, who even by otter standards was insane. Lamar Chambers fought the law, and the law does not win. Utah looking to name highway after a man who looks for wife's pregnant porn actress skin.
Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. In Illinois, a man has been accused of stealing a car, ramming it into an airport terminal, ran out onto the tarmac, and boarded a vacant plane. but he has a good reason. He claimed to have done all these things in an attempt to flee from the oncoming zombie apocalypse.
So
he's heading to North Korea.
That's exactly right, Miles. After he was arrested, it turns out that he was under the influence of narcotics.
Shocking.
When he caught wind of the zombie apocalypse, so he now faces a ton of charges.
Good times.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy. You want to avoid zombies, now you're arrested.
He was a zombie himself, Thrill, because he was on drugs. Moving on.
That's how their program should do it. You want to act like this idiot?
Exactly. Around the world, zoos around the country are facing a new threat to their gorillas. Heart disease caused by the food that they're giving them.
How happy are you, Mike?
It brings a smile on my face.
I know it does. It does.
Killing you, too.
This is
killing
the
me.
only, like, look.
Why is it killing me?
Because you're the North American gorilla, just like all of us are. So, I mean, like, you're eating the same crap.
But that's the thing, right? Only in America, like, everyone eats stuff here. We all get fat. We all get... Even the freaking gorillas, man.
Well, it says that, like, it started out way back in 1911. They were feeding this gorilla, like, an all-meat diet. And then they figured out that, what do you know,
they don't eat meat?
That's right. So they tried to move them onto, like, a more grain diet. But now, like you said, they're getting fat and they're getting clotted up, and now they're getting heart disease.
Look, man, all you need to know about a gorilla is this, man. It's a big, fuzzy hippie. Right?
All he wants is pot?
Fruits and grains, man. You know what I mean? They're not eating meat. They don't do all that. They just chill out and they kill you if they have to.
It's been determined that 70% of the gorillas in captivity are showing signs of heart disease, and zookeepers are now trying to figure out different diets to try out to counteract the issue.
How about the diet that they eat? Why do they act like, well, in the wild they eat berries? Okay, and look, I'm not a zoologist, but I would say, well, how about we feed them berries?
Right.
If that's what they eat, that would seem... That's what they naturally choose to eat, but zookeepers can't figure out the diet.
It's like feeding koalas, like, oats and then wondering why they're not feeling well.
I don't know they didn't like bacon.
Right.
Okay, well...
Don't they know that eucalyptus is poisonous?
Right. Jeez, how hard is it to figure out the diet?
In Virginia, stupidity in criminals strikes again. We talked about this during Profile This. A man facing charges led police on a chase that didn't end well for him. There came a point in the chase where he stopped the car and got out to continue to run on foot. But when he got out in front of the car, he finally realized that he had made a massive mistake. He forgot to put the car in park.
That's a problem.
The man ended up running himself over with his own car, which aided police in catching him on foot. He was relatively unharmed from the hit and is now in custody.
And again, he was charged with hit and run in spite of being both the hitter and the runner.
Yes.
That basically tells you everything right there. Like, they're just trying to throw everything they can at this guy.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, hit and run. I think we know why after Profile This.
Yep.
Okay, A 78-year-old kayaker in Florida had quite an animal encounter. While out on the water with her tour group, she saw an otter swimming in the water nearby. Not thinking much of the cute little creature, she put it down as a cherry on top of a fine afternoon. That was until the otter jumped into her kayak and began to attack her. The husband and her both started to batter the otter with their paddles, trying to get the animal off of her, but to no avail. It wasn't until the woman's boat actually turned over that the animal let go, and she was able to get away.
You in my water, bitch.
Don't mess with the mom, man. Don't mess.
I'm an otter.
She was taken to the hospital and given stitches and rabies treatment. Now,
you think I'm cute? I'll give your ass rabies.
I guarantee you that's not rabies. It's a river otter. It's not up to no good. It's
I'll jump in your boat and bite you.
You're taking the otter side?
I'm saying that it's a river otter. They're doing what they're doing. They're not rabid. If it was a squirrel that jumped off of a tree and attacked you in the face and started biting you, you'd be like, why is a squirrel attacking me? When you're in a river where the otters live and they have a nest, they're going to come bite your ass.
At Redfest years ago, I was talking to a listener who's actually an animal trapper, and he said everybody thinks that otters are these nice, cute, cuddly...
not.
They are basically
They're
wolverines in the water.
Wolverines, they're minks, they're nasty, man.
And they're not even cute.
No.
Wow, they're pretty cute.
They're
dude.
ugly
No,
as
they
hell.
ain't, man.
I think otters are cute.
Oh, they hold hands when they sleep so they don't drip.
That's
They're
just
freaking mean.
That's a ploy. You don't want to wake them up that
That's
way
right.
either.
It's a trap.
You really don't.
Don't believe it.
Why would
And
you
they-
try to
water
wake up
rats.
an otter?
And they-
What is the situation? Like, dude,
All right, do you know why?
Don't go wake up.
Wake up
Why?
the otter.
Steve,
Guys,
honest
be
to God.
quiet. I'm going to go wake up an otter.
He woke up an otter.
When you see them, they sleep like this with their arms crossed on their chest and they float.
All right.
So they look like this little cute little thing, and then you tap and they go, rah!
Why would I tap a wild animal?
Because
This
it
is what
looks
I
so
don't
cute,
get.
you got to touch
Because
it.
you can float up to them and you
Because
can tap
the otters have started this.
They're
I'm going to the river to finish
They're
it.
sleeping.
All right, in Japan, Coca-Cola is getting a new flavor. They're now offering...
Panties.
They're offering... Oh, God.
It's Japan, dude.
That would taste
yeah.
like sweat.
Have a Coke and a
Depends who
smile.
you're with.
They are now offering a new... That's just all I got from that, man.
Yeah.
They're now offering a new beverage.
Sweat, brother.
Come on, they are now offering a new beverage called Chew
awfully
Hee.
sweaty.
What's it called?
Chew Hee.
Chew Hee.
A carbonated boozy drink. It'll be made up of carbonated water, flavoring, and a distilled Japanese alcohol called sochu.
For the man,
like
shochu. For the man, for the man who loves the caress of another man. Chew Hee.
Chew Hee. Isn't that basically a cocktail in a can?
Yeah.
That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Big Dummy. The head chef will be here for Ted's Meat and Potatoes. No S. Sherlock. And yeah, we'll drink and toast again with a shot of the day.
Yes, indeed. Put on your thinking caps. Tomorrow is, in fact, Big Dummy. Until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.